As the aim was to create a realistic looking magazine, I haven't developed or challenged the codes and conventions, but I've tried to follow them as much as I could. The main image used on my double page spread followed most codes and conventions, in which it covered at least half the page bleeding across to the other side, and is of what is represented as a popular figure, making it realistic. The headline I use follows all codes and conventions and looks very realistic as it is the largest text on the page, relates and anchors the main image, and is very noticeable and easy to read. The stand first looks very realistic as it gives a small piece of information to entice the audience, teasing them, and relates to the main story, whilst being very easy to see and read, following all the codes and conventions. The one drop cap I use correctly follows all codes and conventions, in which it shows the audience exactly where to begin reading, and is at the start of the text. The insert I used follows all codes and conventions and is very easy to see and read, giving the reader a small bit of extra information. The main image on my double page spread correctly uses the bleeding effect and follows all codes and conventions, as it slightly crosses over to the next page without taking up too much space, making it look realistic. The body on my double page spread follows most codes and conventions, in which the text is very small and contains a lot of information, whilst also being arranged in columns. The byline and caption on my double page spread follows all codes and conventions correctly, in which it credits the author and photographer and explains the image briefly. They're also very small and not easily noticed, taking no attention away from the other features, and is placed under the main image. The line breaks are used correctly on my double page spread article, making it look realistic. They're placed between each question in my article to make it seem like there is less text creating this illusion, so it looks less boring to read. Therefore, it follows all the codes and conventions. My double page spread article follows all codes and conventions in terms of columns, containing 4, and clearly gives the page a certain structure, making it easier for the audience to navigate through. The page numbers used look realistic as they follow all codes and conventions, in which they're very small at the bottom, in a separate colour contrasting the background, clearly telling the reader what page it is. The fonts used follow most codes and conventions, in which there are bold fonts used as well as small fonts, and fonts used are all simple and easy to read. The colour scheme used in my double page spread article follows most codes and conventions, which are 3 to 4 colours, as well as black and white. The background also has a contrasting colour to the other features to make them stand out more.